Welcome back to Bantu Heritage. My name is Matema Dombo, the man behind Bantu Heritage. Welcome back to those who have already subscribed. To those who are coming for the first time, please subscribe, share, and comment, and let's grow the channel together. Bantu Heritage, we are just showcasing our heritage. We are just showcasing what we can do best to look after our yesteryear treasure. So today I'm in Coventry, in the United Kingdom, inside the Coventry Transport Museum. All transport types, since they started being manufactured, the pieces or the cars, bicycles, motorbikes, motorcycles, even buses, vehicles of war, they've all been collected, and you can visit Coventry Transport Museum and see them under one roof. So I've created a number of episodes to ensure that those who don't have the privilege of visiting Coventry or coming to see, they will see wherever they are from all corners of the world. I've tried to highlight and show you, if you look all the episodes of Coventry Car Museum, Transport Museum, you'll see how the transport industry has evolved. Bicycles, motorcycles, motorbikes, cars, buses, and military vehicles. So in this episode, we'll continue. And as you can see where I'm standing in front of a tanker. Let's see, this tanker was used in the Second World War. Oh yeah, 1943, Daimler armored car. So yeah, so this is where we are, guys. That's a 1944 MK2 machine gun. So yeah, that's a proper machine gun. It's not a replica. It was used in the Second World War. That's a helmet, total metal. If you see maybe movies and films, this is what they were putting on. This is what they used to put on. So this is a collection from the Second World War. Another car there. Big machine. That's a 1935 standard 16 car. Massive car. This is a 1937 fire engine. So the fire engines we see today, and if you compare with this one, you can really see how far the technology has moved, has advanced. So this was a 1937 fire engine, not a replica, but a real one. So this is how it was in 1937. Comment and tell us know what you think. Because we've now seen, we know fire engines as they look today. But this was how they looked in 1937. So the driver will be there. The driver's cockpit. Speeding to attend the pedals. That's the dashboard. This is the dashboard of a 1937 fire engine. This is how it looked like. I'm not sure how many people would be riding here. Maybe just 2, I don't know. Yeah, but this is how it was. Industrial machines from yesteryear. That lady there busy on the machine. Another lady again there on the machine. So they say these were shadow factories which were made when the government anticipated and could see that the war was coming. So they were mostly built to make aeroplanes and aeroplane engines. So yeah, these were the shadow factories. So during the time of the war, most of the men went to war, and ladies now were busy in the factories, in the shadow factories, manufacturing the car, the aeroplane engines and aeroplane parts. Oh, how interesting. So it's all documented. All the machinery is here. Let's continue our tour. Please comment, share, and let's grow the channel together. It's quite a big place with a lot of things to see. That's this car is a military vehicle. It was called the Victory Car. It was used by Field Marshal Montgomery from D-Day until the end of the war in Europe. So Field Marshal Montgomery, or popularly known as Monty, was using this car. The D-Days, I think, is the day when the British and the other Allied forces landed in France, when they were going to fight the Germans. So this was the car the Field Marshal Montgomery was using. So It is now here, resting in Coventry Transport Museum, the Victory car. It's not a replica, but the real one. So if you come here, guys, the history is quite interesting. This was in the 1940s, the military used folding bicycles, like the one you can see over there. That was a military folding bicycle in the 1940s during the war. This motorcycle, this type was also used during the Second World War. These were military vehicles as well, bikes with a sidecar. So soldiers would ride in these during the war. So now this section is showing military hardware.
Coventry could rebuild itself after the Luftwaffe bombed the old medieval city. Mind you, the Luftwaffe did have a head start. As early as the 1920s, those medieval streets, some of the best preserved in Europe.
Another big machine there. 1947 Daimler limousine. Wow. Very big vehicle. The driver's view from the Daimler limousine. Indeed, it was a limo. See the inside. (1948) Standard 8. Another beauty there. (1948) Standard Vanguard. That's a 1952 Armstrong. That's a Humber. I have a story, guys, on this car, the 1952 Hillman. This car you are seeing here. I have a story to tell. This car was rolled out of the assembly line in 1952. That red one. That's a human. The history I have, guys, is my father in 1967, 68, 65, 60, from 1965, 66. My father in Zimbabwe, in Harare, he bought a Hillman. He was working in a hotel in Salisbury, now Harare. Then he said, a certain white guy said, "No, young man, you are very disciplined. I think you need to buy a car. I will sell you my car." You should have bought the car for, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember very well, but my father owned exactly this car, one like this one. And he has a photograph. We used to see when we were growing up, when he was taking a photograph whilst he was standing by the Hillman, and he even sort of enlarged the photograph, and it was in a frame. So when I saw this car, it resonated with me. I said, this is exactly the same model which my father owned for about 3-4 years in the 60s. And I rode in this car when I was a baby and when I was a young toddler. So yes, so it's now making sense to me. So when I saw this Hillman, I said, oh yes, I have a story to tell on this one. I hope you also have got stories to tell. The cars you have ridden as children or maybe as adults, which you might see on these videos of Coventry Car Museum. So my father owned this. Wow. That's a 1953. Times are moving now. If you see the wheels there, they are changing a bit. Even the motorcycles. This one is a 1954. That's a Triumph. Wow. The driver's view there. That's the dashboard. This one is a 1953 Sunbeam MK3. Mr. Bike there. See now, the bikes are also evolving. They are getting more modern. Another Hillman here. 1960. This one is 1960. That Sunbeam on the left is 1960 again. And the Singer Gazelle here
1945
is 1964.
Coventry being rebuilt. and the car industry on the rise again. The government was providing cheap steel. War factories were available for car building. There was no competition in battle-torn Europe.
Bicycles there.
In fact, by 1950, the British car industry was second only to the USA. 3/4 of its cars were exported, some even to the States. Just over half of the world.
This one is an Armstrong, sadly.
And Coventry was a boom town.
Big car from 1960.
Working in factories, earning great wages. But nothing lasts forever. By the 50s, American companies could meet their own country's demand for cars. Then they started to eat into the British market through their UK operations. Ford and Vauxhall, General Motors' British brand, took nearly a third of the market in 1932. With that kind of competition, British builders had to pull together. That year, the Nuffield organisation, they built Morris, MG, Riley and Wolseley cars, merged with Austin to form the British Motor Corporation, BMC.
That's a Humber.
BMC had a full 40% of the British market, enough to hold off the Americans and the Europeans for a while. Even Germany had recovered from the war. By 1953, it was building more cars than France. And in 1956, it finally overtook the UK. Still, the British car industry was thriving. Between 1962 and 1964, it built more than 1.8 million cars. Over 370,000.
Just for you, the cross section
This was the pinnacle of British car making.
of this triumph.
The thing about pinnacle is that once you reach it, the only way you can go is down.
So that's the engine there. This one is 1969. It's now in the 60s. The cars have improved significantly. Wheel type, body type. As you can see, even the bikes as well, they've changed. Things are improving. The technology is building up. So we are now in the 1973, 1974 Rover Saloon. The yellow one over there, it's now we are in the 70s now. As you can see, things have significantly improved, unlike the 1900s. So this is how the transport industry has evolved over the years. So thank you very much for watching this episode. We'll see you in the next episode. Subscribe to the channel, strike the like button, share and comment. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Thank you very much.